It's 4 a.m. right now. And I decided to take a break what I'm going through and start a new journey with you guys. Teach you, how would you say, tell you about everything I know to change your life like I changed mine. Now I'm getting paid to travel the world. And from where I come from, it is really something else. If I achieve this, you could do whatever you want in this freaking world. So, but as you know, in this life we're experiencing a lot of difficulties. Where we come from, our English level, I don't know, like how we look, our gender, anything. So when we want something, when we ask something from the God, from the universe, or anything, what is prevent us to get this thing? I want to focus here. What is preventing us to get this thing that we want? Lack of discipline? No work ethic? What is it? Sometimes you can do whatever you want. You can do everything. You can give your 100% up. You still can't manage to get it. You can still not reach there. But it doesn't mean you have to settle for less. Of course, you have to fight for it. As a man, for example, you need to go to the gym. You need to improve yourself mentally and physically. You should be strong because this world is player versus player. But it doesn't need to be that way. You don't have to fight for it that bad. When we're asking something from the world, something from us, we're creating something else called antagonist. So, hear me out. First of all, when you want something in this world, from this world, you dream about it, right? You dream about it. In your mind, you're manifesting. Now it's called manifesting. So you're dreaming about it and you're waiting it to happen. So there is another way to dreaming and achieving the things. Dreaming about yourself, doing the things you should do to get what you want from this fucking world. That's how you do it. That was a secret for me. So 6 months, not more than 6 months, like 8-9 months ago, I take a notebook and I start writing. I'm gonna be making this much money in 6 months and driving this car, doing that. I wrote everything with a certain belief, I believe what I wrote there. But I didn't know what to do with it. I had no game plan. I had nothing in my mind, If I wrote all these things and start YouTubing or something like that, okay, that does make sense, right? But I did nothing. But when you start dreaming, you need to take huge, massive action on the other side. But it doesn't mean give everything you have in this job, give everything your money in this investment. No, it's not like that. We're not talking about getting rich only. We're talking about changing everything in your life. When you want something and there is no way to achieve it, you try everything, but there is always something comes up on the way. But why? The thing on your way is you actually. I'm not gonna say, you lack of work, lack of discipline. No, it's not that. It is something else. It is something else. If everybody gets what they want from the world, imagine how this world will look like. No competition. Nothing. We couldn't achieve nothing, We couldn't discover America. We couldn't build America, nothing. Imagine. So the world working this way. Everybody wants something. That beautiful girl, that beautiful car, someone else is wanting. So in order to achieve the things, you should separate yourself from the crowd and you should think differently. If you go that way, just work hard, train hard, be that guy, It is possible, of course. A man, if truly working on himself and doing everything right, still can lose. So sometimes in life, whatever you do, you can achieve the things you want. And all these religions, all these teachings, like meditation, yoga, yogic teachers, like gurus, they're always talking about the same thing. Adam Waltz, he's also talking about this kind of things. So why this happening to you? Because there's a lesson. It's just simple it is. There's a lesson for you, If you keep doing the same things, even if you change, still can achieve the things, it's not for you. You're not meant to be there. But what can we do? This is the answer I'm gonna give you. Change yourself. You can't change anything outside of your world. You believe that you can, but no. Stop talking to that bad friend of yours. Stop doing that bad addictions or something like that. No. It's not gonna change you. It's not gonna change your world. No way. We're talking about energy, We're talking about something else. So if you want to change everything around you, your communication with your family, you can even change your past. This is how you see it. This is how you see it. If you see something wrong in your past, if you think you have traumas or something like that, you can also change them too. So this is a long story. This is a big, long talk, but I will give you the hint. The best way to change your life, the quickest way, is to change yourself. Change your beliefs. Make it upside down. You never know. Maybe downside of your life will be better than the upside right now. In order to do that, we have some ways. Of course, you have to train. Of course, you have to go to gym. Of course, you have to be mentally and physically strong and healthy, Focus on these things. These are the basics. And for those who have some mental issues, mental problems, like uncontrolled, like anxiety or something like that, like if you use some drugs, medications, this is a different story. You can still manage to do things. You can still. But I'm talking about something else, something spiritual, This is way easier. This is way easier because what are you looking for? Happiness? Money? No. Happiness is not the answer. As a man, you shouldn't be looking for happiness. The peace might, but the peace is not gonna come to you like how you want it, When you get the thing you want, you're gonna see this. You can understand what I'm talking about. When you truly want something really bad, when you get it, you will see that. Oh, no, I'm not talking about this, when you get something, the dopamine spikes and go down. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you achieve the thing you want, you feel like, oh my God, I've been thinking about this for years, all my life. Now I'm that guy. Now I'm that person. Now I'm doing it, For me, it was like traveling the world, when I first time in Japan, Osaka, Tokyo, I see those places. First time I flew to Nice, France, it was amazing for me. And I couldn't imagine myself there, I was living in Dubai and I was next to beach, sunset. I was thinking about my past, the pain I go through and the things I did, non-stop. Reading, trying to understand how this world works, how my mind works, I go through a lot of breakups, bad decisions, family issues, money issues. I've been through really bad situations. But nothing helped me to get here. None of them helped me to get here. Actually, it was a lot. It was more than I need to learn, But there is a saying, the lesson will continue till you learn. Lesson will continue till you learn. You had this ex-girlfriend that you've been through a lot, like the same thing's gonna happen and happen again and again. And you meet someone like, oh, you think she's kind of cute, like, oh, we're gonna get really something nice together, maybe some nice future, but same thing's gonna happen again. you know? It's a pattern. You think there's someone else in front of you, but it is the same girl. It is the same guy. It is the same person. When you go to job interview, it is the same person. You always interview, you know? When you go to bank for asking for money to build the work you imagine, you're dreaming about, still the same guy you're talking about. It is you. Wherever you go, whoever you talk, you know, it is you. You're talking to yourself. Even me right now, I am not real. I'm your imagination. I'm inside your brain. So the thing is, when you understand how these things works, you know, this law of attraction and this imagination, dreaming the things you want, you will understand, but it takes time. The problem is, it takes time. But not like 5-10 years. It's like a fitness journey. Like sometimes it can happen like, you know, like a snap, like so fast. So first thing you need to understand, whatever you dream, whatever you imagine in your mind inside here is real like a heart, like real like this wood, you know, real like this material. It is same. It is same. We are creators. We can create our reality. When you understand this, your view of this world gonna change forever, and you're not gonna be the same person never again. You can't, even if you want to, you can't. If you know, take a deep breath, correct way. Just a one deep breath, correct way. In this level of consciousness, you know, when you reach that level of consciousness, you can go back. And this is something else. You will stop asking things from the universe or like the world, you know. You will be some other level because you know how to do it. You know how to get it. Imagine this is the wealth. This is the wealth. This is the actual wealth. You will have your peace of mind and you will understand the things happening to you. There is a reason behind it. You can see them. When you made a mistake as a human being, of course you're gonna make mistakes, and you will understand, oh, that's why I did it. This why it happened. There's a lesson in it. You should always react this way. Then you will understand. But first of all, you need to understand everything you imagine, everything you dream, also real. Like heart, chelik, like here, you know, it's real. So when you understand this, you can come with me and join my journey. So we can travel the world together, and I will tell you the things you never heard. That there is also like magic tricks, like in one night you can change your life. In one night, I will teach you this as well. But of course, if you avoid the work, you're never gonna be there. You're never gonna get there. So in this channel, we're gonna talk about cement retention. We're gonna talk about physical fitness. We're gonna talk about reading. You know, changing your life requires some work, effort. But you need to know this. If you never give up, one day you will achieve everything you want. If you never give up. Because there's point of this in this life. You never giving up. You're trying. But whatever you do, it's getting worse and worse sometimes. This is the breakthrough, you know? When this starts happening, you can understand. You can feel it. Just stay there. Be a stoic. Be a stoic. Don't react. Just act, you know? Don't react. Don't just react. What if I tell you the thing's happening because you're gonna react that way? For example, something upsets you really bad. It's gonna happen because you're gonna react that way. The thing is gonna upset you. Know that you're gonna react that way. So it's happening that because of you. When you understand this level, you can go through, you know, you can escape this matrix. This is the way actually. So this is the first chapter of my entry to this world, and I'm truly, with my whole heart, with this excitement, you know, I want to help you. I want to help you to change your life like I did. I'm not the level up I want still, but we can do it together. I want you to be on my side on this journey, and I will teach you what I learned. I read all these books, you know, ancient things, like ancient teachings, and how they can help you achieve your dreams. You know, if you want a so like peaceful life, like, you know, endless peace in your life, you can also achieve that too. You know, money, everything. This is the journey we're gonna go through together. So please stay with me. I will be helping you genuinely. Even if I can help one person in 1 month or like for 3 months, whatever it takes. If I can change your life like I did to my mind, I'll be happy. I'll be peaceful. This is the second chapter. If you achieve something, if you dare, you know, if you win something, you want to share. Because I tried many things and some of them worked really good. And whole the world, they don't even know about these kind of things or exist. And I want you to learn. Because if you are here and if you want to change yourself, change your life, then you need to learn these kind of things. You need to know how to get close to God, how to find the God, you know, in your life. We're gonna talk all these topics in this channel. So I'm welcoming you.